Hey traders, Nick here looking at Boeing. More so short term than long term. I think long term this is a winner. I know sacrilege, what did I say? But fact remains, one of only two manufacturers worldwide, and they're both booked for years on out. I know the sales, they can't book them. It's just a pipeline of orders, and they're hampered with everything. So everything is going against them. So they report earnings soon enough. I think they have some sort of an investor day also. So, the headlines short term are tough, and today it's down on somebody probably saying something somewhere. Dips are Bible. I have bought many dips and made money so far from, the first dip was too soon, doubled down on the second down leg when it was at 90. I went it all in and then went long, and it paid the other way with calls, and now I'm holding a long-term bet on it that it will come back. There are some harmonics that say it should be higher down the line, but nothing immediate. So the answer to the question is what now? 3 to 5 days. I'm looking at this. This is a 30-minute chart. There is support. I'll be surprised if it fails. It's just below where it's at. I think 125.5 would fill a gap of sorts, right where my cursor is. So even if it falls down there, I'll go. I would sell put spreads today into it, into that support. So 120 should hold, but we have an earnings coming up, and I don't want to argue with idiots. So I'll let it fall, and maybe I'll miss out on a few bucks because earnings are just a coin flip. Don't know what they're going to say. Don't know what people are going to say. In fact, check this out. I'm eyeballing things here. This is something I drew before. There was a tight situation. I didn't know which scenario would come. The downside one started to come, but then they rejected it. The upside one started to come, and then they rejected it. So I bet you anything, if I do copy paste, check this out. Talk about machines trading, right? Same shit, different day. Right, so I'll just copy paste. Check it out. So today they lost footing, and look, this puts us exactly where the last. I can't make this stuff up. You just saw it live. So I could move this up a little here, but here would be fine because that matches this the real poke low here and matches this poke low here. So whatever you want to call it, it was a neckline that was lost, and they're just working through it. There should be a hold in this zone. If not, they'll fill the gap all the way down to here, this little gap right there, and then they'll find footing somewhere down here. Don't know what they're going to say here. So I have triggers to chase it up and down, and the dips I'll buy. And if they're on conviction, if it's like it's down 8% or whatever, I'm definitely a buyer. I'll sell puts into that, and that's how I trade Boeing. Meanwhile, sit and watch. I don't want to fight the short-term fight. Try to scalp one day here and one day there. We went long recently, and it went up 9% on in one day. Probably that, I can't remember when recently. One of these, this one maybe. So the charts do provide some clarity, and maybe it's luck, maybe it's not, but without the charts, I know I'll be flying blind. All right, Nick signing out. I'll keep it short. See, this is like the shortest video ever. What, 30 minutes? 3 minutes? Holy cow.